Hi, this is Dave Castler, amateur radio call sign KEØOG, and I thought today we'd look at this classic Morse code key. This is what's called a straight key, meaning that it's either on or off, is entirely controlled by the operator. It's a model J-38, which was a very common model used during World War II. Now, it's interesting to note the screws that are holding this to this wooden base. Note that these are all straight screws. During World War II, Phillips screws had not yet been invented, so all the screws were straight back then. Let's look at the parts of this. This was a telegraph key that you attached the line here, and then the telegraph, meaning the sounder, went here, and you had to have this shorting bar shorted because the way those sounders work, they were all in series. So to transmit, you actually broke the circuit and then recompleted it, opened it, recompleted it, and so on. So every sounder that was on the line would pick that up. Now, the way the key is done here, this is a base, which I think is brass, that's cast, and it includes something up here to hold the pivot. There's something on the other side. Now, the pivot itself does not have any bearings, so you see, as you turn this right here, it pivots on that spot and pivots over on that spot, and that is where the connection is made. The electricity runs up through here into the thing down here, and you can see where there's a little gap that is broken and remade by the key. So there's a couple adjustments going on here. This spring right here adjusts the tension, and this one back here adjusts how far the key will travel. Okay? Now, the original J-38s also had this hook right here because back then they had these cloth-covered cords that would hook to this, and then there'd be two wires coming out of it ending in tips, and you put those tips in the little holes right here and then screwed down this on top of it, and you can see that right through there, screwing down on top of it. Okay, I haven't seen a cord like that in a long time. I'd like to find one. Now, the J-38s for the Navy had a different kind of key. Instead of this flat key, which is held with three fingers, there was kind of a knob up here that you could get a little bit better hold on. Now, in radio use, these work perfectly well. And after World War II, these were available for about 25 cents each. I paid $5 for this one. It needs cleaning, but it's otherwise complete. Has everything here. And these are very common keys. I happen to like them. My main key is a Japanese equivalent of this, which happens to have some bearings up in here instead of a little pivot. So there's adjustments all over the place. This basic design comes from a key first marketed in the 1880s because before then telegraph keys had a habit of really falling apart, not being very well constructed. So the J-38 kind of took the world by storm. You can still find them at swap fests. I intend to make this one operational. I'm going to clean it all up. And the board has warped just a bit since it was put on there. I'll level it out, and everything works fine. Pretty cool device, really, when you think about it, just turning a circuit on and off. But it does it so reliably and so well that this is often considered the classic straight key.